Hello to my beautiful collectives out there. Welcome to my channel, Astro Cheryl, and this is your monthly forecast for July 2026. We have made it to half the year just about now, and things are starting to heat up and accelerate as well. So before we get into the personal forecasts, I just want to share with you the upcoming events that are happening for us this month. We have a new moon in the sign of Cancer, and this is happening on July the 14th at 21 degrees. Okay? And we also have Mercury in the sign of Cancer, retrograde, but it will be turning direct on the 23rd, and it'll be in its shadow for another week before it is fully direct. Okay, so we have the lunar nodes that are now in Pisces, on the Pisces Virgo axis, shifting to the Aquarius Leo axis. Okay, and this is a big deal. There's a lot happening with Pluto and Aquarius now, and not only with the North nodes, but during this month, Pluto will conjunct the full moon, and that's in Aquarius happening on the 29th. Okay, so this is like fated karmic energy that is going to be changing us in some way, with it being in Aquarius and Leo. It's about being or offering more to things that are bigger than who you are, as opposed to Leo is about self, okay, and doing all the things for me kind of energy. But this is some impactful energy that is going to change humanity. There is a transformation that is taking place. And for each of you, this will be happening in a place in your chart where Aquarius sits. Okay? And wherever Aquarius sits, Leo is in opposition 180 degrees from that. So it's going to be affecting Aquarius and Leo. But this is going to be some good change for all of the fixed signs: Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, and Scorpio. And this is going to be for the next 18 months that the shine is going to be on these fixed signs. Okay, so be ready so you don't have to get ready. All right, so now we have I did mention Mercury, turning direct, but while Mercury is in retrograde, this is a good time to turn inward and correct or revise, reevaluate what what we feel is ready to be released, because this lunation that's coming up on the with the full moon and the conjunction with Pluto is a part of that process of letting go of things. Now, this new moon in Cancer on the 14th is setting us up for giving us the opportunity to redefine, home and belonging, our tribe, and connect with our feelings of inner security that comes from within. So you have to be secure within yourself. And this has to do with resetting our central nervous system, okay? And this process happens when we allow ourselves to experience the fear and the pain so we can let go of it. And once we see, feel, and understand what those triggers are or overstand, that's when we can take our power back from those old patterns that we've been bound to, let go of old contracts, vows, oaths, bonds that no longer serve us. So this is this new moon energy starting to set us up for what we need to look at and start to work on so that at the full moon we can start to release, and this energy will stay around for 6 months. But all of this is a process to get us to the next, stage in our own personal evolution, but not only that, the evolution of the collective societies. Okay? So, now that I've given you the overview, let's get into the forecast. So I will see you on the other side. Hello to my beautiful Gemini risings out there. Welcome to my channel, Astro Cheryl, and this is your monthly forecast for July 2026. Okay, I did an introduction, giving an overview of what to expect for the month of July, and I'm just going to go over the shorter version before getting into your forecast for the month. Okay, so there's a new moon in Cancer, July the 14th, and the lunar nodes will shift from Pisces, Virgo risings to Aquarius, Leo risings. I mean, nodes, not rising. And the full moon in Aquarius will happen on the 29th, where Pluto will conjunct the north nodes. So this is some faded energy that's coming into play. There's a lot of activity that's happening that is speeding up our lives going forward through July. July is the start of something bigger and better that is going to be happening for us, along the way. And with this lunar node change, the axis will stay in place for the next 18 months. But we also have some planetary changes as well, which is going to change the whole flavor about how we experience, our lives going forward. Okay, so let's get into July the 3rd. So we have Jupiter in the sign of Leo, and this is in your third house, is squaring Chiron in Taurus, which is in your 12th house. Now, Jupiter is an expansive energy. Wherever it is, whatever is going on is going to make it bigger or seem bigger or feel bigger. So it expands things. Jupiter is also about luck, It's also about your belief systems as well, and your spiritual concerns, directions. And then we have Chiron, which is the wounded healer. There are places in our evolution where we've been hurt and have not been able to heal that wound. So in this place for you, Gemini rising, the pain is in your 12th house. And this is about things that are hidden enemies, your subconscious mind, your some long distance travel as well, and retreating or escapism, and sometimes that is, drugs, those kinds of things. Okay, so here we have the third house with Leo, Jupiter and Leo there, which is your communication space, your local neighborhood, your siblings, friends, and riding, transportation, your car, public transportation, local transportation, all of that. But again, the communication of all sorts, transportation is also a communication energy. But, writing, messaging, using the internet, all of those things are forms of communication. Reading as well. So you may notice a swing between optimism and self-doubt, especially in conversations, writing, learning, or short trips. However, your wounds may be subtle or hard to pinpoint, showing up as anxiety, isolation, sleepiness, or a habit of keeping your pain private. Okay? And that has to do with Chiron in your 12th house, okay? Because that's the house of hidden things. All right? So on July the 4th, Mars is in Gemini and it conjuncts Uranus, and this is happening in your first house, Gemini rising. So Mars is an action oriented, taking that stance, challenger energy here, and conjuncting Uranus, things happen very quickly. And in your first house, this is about yourself, who you are, who do who you portray as this person, and how other people see you as the person that you make yourself out to be. So here you may have a strong urge to act immediately, speak directly, this is all Mars energy, and change your appearance, your stance, or direction rather quickly. Okay? You may experience more mental speed, sharper words, lower tolerance for delays or restrictions. You can expect sudden breakthroughs, surprising announcements, or a decision that feels like it's arrived all at once. Okay, so just be careful with the Mars energy reacting, okay, because not everybody will be able to, will like to take that in, if it comes off too harsh. So just be aware. Now, on the 9th, Gemini rising, we have Venus moving into Virgo, and this is happening in your fourth house of home, family, ancestry, real estate, safety, protection, and secure. Okay, this fourth house is about your physical space. So you may be in the mood to clean, organize, and improve your home environment. Your communication with family members may be calmer, okay, and your need for peace at home is stronger. You may have an interest in property, decor, comfort items, or creating a more refined private life. All right, so just note that Venus being there, she likes to cook. She likes to feel comfortable and enjoy the comforts of life there. And Virgo wants to plan everything out. Okay. So on the 20th, we have Jupiter in Leo, trining Neptune in Aries. So Jupiter in Leo, again, is in your third house of communication, of local neighborhood, local network, your siblings, the internet, your phone, all of that. And this trine in Neptune in Aries is happening in your 11th house of large organizations, membership groups, your coworkers, friend zones, luck, and hopes and wishes. All right. So your increased confidence when speaking, writing, teaching, or pitching ideas, conversations can lead to opportunities or fortunate connections. Okay, short trips, neighborhood activity, or local study learning situations brings beneficial encounters and fresh perspectives as well. You may feel inspired to join groups, network, or causes that align with the compassionate or visionary aim. Friends and associations can help manifest creative or spiritual projects. Okay, so the trine is it's supposed to work easy. You don't have to really work hard to get the positive results from a trine. And this is happening in your third house, in your 11th house. So you got large groups of people who are there to support and aid in you achieving what your goals are. And in your third house is your local community. All right, so on the 22nd, we have the sun entering Leo, and Leo is in your third house. And Leo is about pride, about being noticed, attention. It's about leadership, like the 10th house energy. This is Leo, okay? And the sun is about the ego. All right. So during this time, you may be speaking up more clearly and directly, taking initiative in writing, sales, media, or other communication heavy work. Third house energy. You feel mentally active, busy, and more self-driven. You may want to lead conversations or make your ideas heard. All right. So, now we have the north nodes changing, the north and south node changing on the 26th from the Pisces Virgo axis to the Aquarius Leo axis. And we have Pluto in the sign of Leo. In the sign of Aquarius right now. So on the 29th, we're going to have a full moon in the sign of Aquarius, and this is going to be affecting your ninth house. So you may have a shift in your beliefs or worldview. You may get some important news about school, teaching, travel, or immigration. This is a time to release outdated ideas and make room for a broader perspective. You may encounter mentors, teachers, or people from different cultures that change how you think. Now, the ninth house is about your belief system, it's about religion, it's about spirituality, it's about long distance travel, other cultures, philosophy, teaching, publishing, and higher learning. Okay, so with Pluto in Aquarius in your ninth house, there is a transformation that is happening for you, Gemini rising. So we also have the full moon in Pluto conjuncting the North Node, and this is happening in your ninth house. So this is a spotlight on what you're meant to move towards, often producing sudden insights, openings, or meetings that feel meant to be and accelerate your learning or your destiny. That accelerate. Okay? So just know there's something in your belief system, in your ninth house, your higher self, higher learning is transforming for you. All right, Gemini rising, this is your forecast for July. And until next time, bye for now.